There's only like 5 or 6 hadith about ayn, and there's indirect references in the Quran to ayn. And put together, we as Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah believe that there is a reality called ayn. Some of the progressives or modernists, they don't like anything that their mind doesn't understand, so they deny it. But ayn seems to be very true and real from the Quran and from the Sunnah. As from the Quran, we have a clear verse in the Quran that we seek refuge وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ, right? And if the hasad of the hasid had no effect, why should we care about seeking Allah's refuge in it? Let me repeat. The very fact that we seek Allah's refuge from the evil of the hasid when he has hasad shows us that when a person is jealous, hasad means a burning jealousy. When a person is jealous, there is an evil that will affect. So what is al-ayn? Al-ayn is the negative consequences of jealousy. The negative consequences of jealousy. And it is called ayn from the eyes. Because the number one reason to get jealous is when you look at something. But ayn has nothing to do with the eyes. Because you can hear about something and get jealous. You don't have to necessarily look at it. It's not like an invisible Superman beam of ray that comes out, right? This is not al-ayn, okay? Al-ayn is the feeling of the heart. Al-ayn is a burning jealousy. And it has to be a burning jealousy. This is a jealousy that only an evil person allows this jealousy to go unchecked. Because the Prophet ﷺ said that jealousy destroys good deeds, like a fire destroys twigs, or like that herb destroys honey. I forgot the herb, but some type of herb destroys honey. It makes it corrupt, right? So jealousy destroys hasanat. The mu'min will never allow the jealousy to go unchecked, because jealousy is a filthy feeling. That even when you feel jealous, you feel filthy. Why am I feeling like this? Jealousy is a filthy feeling. And it's only the evil person who allows jealousy to go unchecked. And what happens when you allow jealousy to go unchecked? Somehow it causes an effect on the object of jealousy. How? Scholars have differed. As I said, the evidences are very little about ayn. But one hadith seems to suggest that jealousy empowers shaytan. It gives some type of fuel to shaytan. And shaytan can then use that, because shaytan wants to harm. Shaytan can then use that fuel to get to the other person. And this seems to be the most logical, rational, and also hadithi interpretation. That how can just jealousy affect somebody? How can it do it by that? Well, it could if Allah has decreed. We're not denying that. But it seems, and there are riwayat that show this, that jealousy feeds shaytan. And the jinn, basically. When I say shaytan, I mean the jinn, the evil shaytan, the evil jinn, the shayateen. And when you have so much jealousy, then you basically empower some of the jinns to go and harm the other person. It gives them the motivation, it gives them the fuel they need to go and harm the other person. If you yourself feel jealous, if you yourself feel the beginnings of jealousy, get rid of that jealousy by making dua upon the one whom you feel jealous for. And the best dua that the scholars say is MashaAllah, Tabarakallah, right? And the evidence for this is Surah Al-Kahf and the people of the 2 gardens. وَلَوْلَا إِذْ دَخَلْتَ جَنَّتَكَ قُلْتَ مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ, right? That the evidence that they say from this is Surah Al-Kahf. That now this man, he was feeling ujub, not ayn, but nonetheless it's the parallel, it's the companion. He's feeling proud. He's feeling, oh, mashallah, I got all of this stuff, man, it's all mine. No, don't say it's all mine. MashaAllahu la quwwata illa billah. Take it, give it back to Allah, right? La quwwata illa billah. So when we feel jealous, and subhanallah, who amongst us cannot have some fleeting jealousy? We see somebody, mashallah, wealthy, or driving that fancy car, or living in that mansion, right? Or primarily for the sisters, it's about beauty. That's what they get jealous for, right? They say, or a good marriage as well. Somebody who's happily married. Yani it's something, human nature, that a fleeting emotion runs by your heart. The mu'min seeks refuge, kills that. And if it doesn't go away, MashaAllah, MashaAllah, la quwwata illa billah. Make dua for the person. And the scholars say, by the way, The scholars say that whoever causes ayn will be accountable on the Day of Judgment. Because you allowed the hasad to grow, right? And the Prophet ﷺ said that hasad eats up your good deeds if you let it growing. So don't think that just because you have ayn, it's just a feeling in the heart. No. Some feelings of the heart are accountable by Allah, and this is one of them. I'm going into the tangent of ayn because I know it's something everybody has questions about, and you rarely hear people talking about it. So I'm going a little bit of a tangent. I know this was intentional. It's not one of my unintended tangents about this topic. So al-ayn, as we said, the person who has it will be sinful on the Day of Judgment because he allowed the jealousy to grow. And generally speaking, fleeting jealousy does not cause ayn. It is sustained jealousy. It is jealousy that grows days and months and years. And wallahi, only a filthy heart can allow this jealousy to grow. Only a filthy heart. And when it grows and it becomes so corrupt and wicked, somehow the shayateen seem to get some power, and they love, then they can just, they're fueled. Allah knows their world, how it works. But they seem to be fueled by that energy and power, and it gives them the symptoms. What happens? Well, the exact opposite of what you were jealous of. Of what caused the jealousy. So, if a person is beautiful and others get jealous of her, then she might start having blemishes, warts, spots on her face, right? Or the fancy car, you're driving your fancy, let's say Jaguar or something, right? You're zooming through the streets and all the men are getting jealous of a car. So childish, but anyway, so they're getting jealous of the fancy car going there. It might get into an accident, might get into a serious problem, completely totaled because of the hasad, because of the ayn. So whatever was the cause of that jealousy, it will impact and harm it. So much so that according to one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, hasad and ayn can even cause a man to go to the grave, can even cause death. So hadith in Abu Dawud, that it's something that is very dangerous. It can cause death if it's allowed to go unchecked.